Hey, you're still looking for some ideas for your next travel trip and adventure for this summer? Then I've got you covered. With this 7-day trip from Calgary through Calgary with some buffalo jumps and some lakes in between, well, I got you covered. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I've got a little treat for you. And with that, let's start. So hello and welcome back to my channel, Go Canada. My name is Diego, your Swiss-born Western Canada travel expert. And if you'd like to know more about my channel, just click in the link above. And with that, without further ado, I'll show you directly here on the map the 7-day trip I've prepared for you, that you have an idea, that you can use it as an idea for your next travel adventure this summer. Let's start. So as mentioned before, we start in Calgary, right over here. And this is the trip for the first day. And we start in Calgary and then we move down to Waterfalls, right over here. We see that after the Black Shale Creek Suspension Bridge, which is a cool getaway and a cool trip, especially for the kids when the bridge is moving around. And finally, we end the day in Kananaskis. And with that, we head over to day 2 on our trip. So let me see shortly on the notes if I haven't forgotten anything. We start again in Kananaskis, and then we move over to Drumheller. As you see on this itinerary, the driving times are always mentioned in the description below. And you already see some pictures of this trip so that you get an idea of. And anyway, let's go back to the trip Drumheller. We then, with a stop in Drumheller, we're gonna move over to the Willow Creek hoodoos. Those are sandstone pillars that are 5 to 7 meters tall. Those you can find right off Highway 10. And if I click on the picture, you should see them immediately, that you get some ideas how they look like. For example, right over here. So that's close to the street, easy accessible as you see. In the case that there is a rainy weather outside, we could always see and visit the Royal Tyrrell Museum, which has one of the biggest collections of fossil bones worldwide and is really a must-see location. Of course, when it's rainy, it's easier to go in there, but if the weather is perfectly nice, hot and stuff, and you want to see those hoodoos, then it's a different story, but you can still add it to your itinerary nonetheless. And then we finish off the day with Drumheller again. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. We go back to Drumheller, and with that, we move over from Drumheller on the next day. We start there again and drive over to the Dinosaur Provincial Park. The Provincial Park holds over 44 fossils of 44 type of dinosaurs, and you can experience this with a guided tour or walk through one of the hiking trails and see and find these fossils for yourself. And it's surely a nice trip for your kids too, but also for all the other adventures, of course. I mean, come on, who wouldn't like to find a fossil along the way? The only important thing though is that if you're on one of those trails and find these fossils, if you make a picture, that's totally fine, but you can't bring them back home. You can get a fine for it and charged. So I really advise not to do that. You don't want to get in trouble. And for the night, we could stay at the Patricia Hotel in Patricia, which is, I just wanted to see the place. There you go, number 3 on the list. And with that, we're already heading to the day number 4 on the list. So on day 4, we go to another heritage site, another beautiful spot along the route today. And we go from the Patricia Hotel down to the Writing on Stone Provincial Park. Now I have to check the numbers on the list, which holds over 200 plus Blackfoot rock art panels. So there are other hoodoos where you can experience the Albertan badlands really well, but you find on those stones crafted art from indigenous people, and it's actually also a sacred place, so you have to be respectful with the surroundings, treat it with your fullest respect. Don't break or destroy anything just that you're aware of. I mean, nobody would want that somebody gets in your home and destroy things, right? Or imagine if you go in one of the kitchen, I wanted to say, to the churches and destroy old artifacts. Nobody wants that. And you can experience the whole area also through a trail that is very well accessible and doable for all type of travelers. And with that, we end the day with the drive to Waterton, which is a stunning place too, and is still on my bucket list as well. And the fun thing about Waterton Lakes National Park, it's equally beautiful as Banff and Jasper, but has only 1/7 of the total visitors of Banff. So you really get a chance to experience this spot all by yourself. Well, mostly. You find your parking spots, you don't have any trouble finding any at all. It feels like heaven, mostly. And what you can do is you get on the Red Rock Canyon loop, and that loop offers you a 700 paved trail where you can safely wade through the creek with some waters, which is definitely also some kind of an experience for your children, but generally for all ages. And then in the afternoon, you visit the Blackstone Falls, which is another great opportunity, especially it is a great alternative to the Millennium Canyon with less people. You've got everything for yourself, less crowded and much more relaxing indeed. And then on day 6, we drive over from the Waterton Park to Head Smash in Buffalo Jump Heritage Site, which is famous for its site is famous, as you see, where the buffaloes jumped off from the cliff. It has also an interpretive center, I hope I said it correctly, where you can find more about the history of this place, and it's definitely a must-see visit. And it's also a great change when it's hot outside, that you can go in into to more cooled area that you can get some steam off, right? And on the way to Pincher Creek, we're gonna visit the Pincher Falls, which is definitely a great spot if you wanna pack out your swimming gear and swim a bit around, have some fun in the water with your children or with your friends, whatever. And then for the night, we stay in Pincher Creek. And that brings us already to day 7 on our trip. We drive back from Pincher Creek to Calgary, and we start exploring the city center of Calgary, have some fun there, maybe go to the zoo, to a mall. We're gonna visit the CN Tower. I just said the CN Tower, but it's just the Calgary Tower. And make sure if you want to stay there and visit the Calgary Tower, that you finish your trip in the tower. Just make sure to reserve your spot beforehand. Believe me, we wanted to do that. We tried to find a spot on the same day we wanted to eat out there, and we didn't find any spot. So don't do the same mistakes as we did. So you see, from Calgary to Calgary in 7 days, pretty nice trip with lesser known places and hidden gems in between. This trip is easily expandable to 14 days. You could even think of adding Radium Hot Springs, so you go over the border to BC to add to the trip with a little stop in Banff, for example. Then it could be easily expanded even to 3 weeks. Sometimes it's easier or better to take more time with your children, for example. And make sure to see and visit the link I left in the description below for the trip. The one I saved the link for Wanderlog, that you have the access in Wanderlog to see the trip for yourself, which you can add to your itinerary and adapt, or just visit the link on my trip, which is another great option and tool that you can use to build and adjust your trip, and also an efficient way to make your dream happen. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below, or write me an email which you find in my profile. And with that, I hope this trip idea, this itinerary, saved you a ton of time planning and took some weight off your shoulders. And with that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, that you won't forget or miss any further trip itineraries or ideas. Also make sure to tap, I think it's on this side, on the playlist where you find more itinerary ideas if you have missed the previous videos. And with that, I wish you a great day, have fun, happy and safe travels. And just a little reminder, if you need any help or assistance, let me know in the comments. Tschüss zusammen, take care, arrivederci und bis bald.